everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and you're tuned in to Madden 18 on EA Sports. This week's matchup featuring two teams who both came away with wins a week ago and know it should be a good battle today. It's the Falcons going up against the Cowboys.
Thank you very much, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL. The National Football League is here and on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the Dallas Cowboys. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And how about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. After the interception, here's Ryan. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down. Fresh set of downs here. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Down to the 25. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And some room to work. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Brandon Cooks, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons have taken the early lead.
Great field position has to be one of the best friends an offense can have. When you don't have very far to go, you should cash it in with points.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left in December yet. But right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. So 2nd and 10 here. Elliott running right. And he's got some space here. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. 20, 10, and he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big run that time by Elliott. 76 yards. 5 yards to go for the offense. 1st down and goal from that 5-yard line. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Carson. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
From back at the 2, here's 3rd and goal. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. When you throw it this close to the goal line, usually you're thinking touchdown. Here they actually complete it but lose yardage.
When you're this close to the goal line, you have to anticipate that maybe you're going to see a defense that you can make a case that there's 11 in the box. There's just no room. So I'm with you. You've got to find a way to push things downfield a little bit. Any type of space is better than what we just saw there. And that end result, not one that's satisfactory to them.
Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
They run with Abdullah. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. They go play action here on first down. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Back to the air, Ryan after the pick six. Flush to his right. And some room to roam now. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And we'll get our first update of the afternoon for the Meadowlands. And it's an early lead there for the Saints. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. Freeman again, a first down carry. And now running right through it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So it'll be first down here after the run. Backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs, and let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
This time Ryan will throw. Flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Third and long. It's Ryan. Steps away to his left. And that is incomplete.
All right, need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football. We just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. To throw now on 2nd and 10. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. A nice gain of 21 yards. A first down carry by Elliott. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
They'll look to throw. A dump off to Elliott. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he's able to get on the run, and they're still accurate throwing the football.
And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards down to the 15.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. He'll drop to throw. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now Elliott. And they're going to get him down, but not before a pretty good run right there. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Arlington right after this timeout. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Second and goal as the offense looks to try to punch it in. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of 2. Now third down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
There are certain drives in the game where anything less than a touchdown that caps it feels like an absolute disappointment. This is one of those drives.
And, Charles, they get the field goal. Took him a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
And here now come the Falcons. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. Don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now it's Ryan. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football, first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
So 2nd and medium, 2nd and 5 now. From the shotgun, Ryan. The swing pass caught. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And checking in on what's going on up in the Meadowlands. And it's an early lead there for the Saints. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. 1st and goal, they'll look to smash it in. Maybe a quarterback sneak here. Shift together here from the D-line. Ryan. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones. In the final seconds of the first half, and the Falcons are an extra point away from moving out in front. And it's up and good. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Let's go.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll get this one up to the 26. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top as we send you over to our headquarters in Orlando where we check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports Halftime Report. So both teams have their marching orders and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. So out come the Falcons now. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. David Irving coming up the middle. Gets him there for a loss of about 9. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Time running out here on the play clock. Throwing on 3rd and long. Ryan. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 23 yards on the play.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Ryan going to give to Freeman on the draw. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. They'll run again. This time it's Abdullah. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
On 3rd down, Ryan dancing to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part went to perfection. Did exactly what...
Oh, that is going to be a safety. So troubles here offensively. I tell you, the noise in this dome, that has got to make it harder for these guys to hear.
Sometimes I find myself shouting up here. But you're right. If you can't communicate well or get off the snap count properly, it can cause big problems, and this qualifies as a big problem.
Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
On second down, Freeman. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. And he motions the wide receiver. On third down, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 29 yards on third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. A handoff to Abdullah. And Abdullah lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Brandon, I was fortunate enough to call Amir Abdullah's first start in college and his first start in the NFL with the Lions. And with the Lions, he turned the ball over in that first game. Fumbling was an issue in college, and it continued that way his first year in the NFL.
You mean you had a life before you met me?
Yeah, I didn't mean to bring that up. I wanted to keep that away, but yeah, I did.
I'll be in the corner quietly sobbing. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking and finding Allen Hurns. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The lone second remains now in this third quarter. On second down, Elliott. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. The Cowboys on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now back to throw. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
And this one is right down Broadway. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch right down the pipe, and this game's all even here in the fourth. And he didn't leave much doubt there, did he? Good snap, good hold, and that one was dead center. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it. Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession. The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right? I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Rolling to his right. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down. Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception. Now it's 2nd and 7. They go play action now. Ryan. And he whips that one incomplete there. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. 3rd down here. I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning. It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. To throw on 3rd down. Ryan. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Here's Matt Bosher now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. And out. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive. They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone. Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He finds Hearns left side. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
A give to Elliott. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it third down at 6.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
The Cowboys on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw here. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Khalil Mack in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Now Freeman, he's been busy today. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the broken tackle. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go. From the gun, it's Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Derek Barnett with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. Here's Matt Bosher now. He's been terrific so far. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. And out now come the Cowboys. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Here we go now. 3-19.
The give is to Elliott. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. And some options here for the offense on 2nd and 2.
No. Check. All right, here we go. Green. Set. No. Check. Patriot. Gun.
They're going to look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Morgan. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Now let's go.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Now Elliott. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Pardon, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. They'll set up a throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
They are on to the fourth quarter in Jacksonville. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. The offense on third down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're looking at third and a few inches. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Here we go now.
The tight end changing his position.
Watch him now, Barney.
Again, it's Elliott. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. You've got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. They'll try the right side with Elliott, and he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. So it all comes down to the foot of Dan Bailey. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So it all comes down to the foot of Dan Bailey. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And his kick is through. It is good. Dan Bailey, the hero as time expires. And it'll be a good time in Big D tonight. The Cowboys have won it. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Dallas, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.